GTA 6 might already be facing its first major backlash before the game is even in players' hands, and this time, the controversy is not about the trailer, the characters, the map, or even the long wait. It is about the price. After more than a decade of waiting, Rockstar finally gave fans the kind of update they had been asking for, and on paper, it should have been a celebration. GTA 6 has an official release window. Pre-orders are becoming a real thing, and the biggest game launch of the generation is finally starting to feel real. But almost immediately, the excitement turned into a debate, because once fans saw the pricing and edition details, the conversation changed fast. For years, people kept asking one big question: how expensive is GTA 6 going to be? And honestly, that question made sense. This is not a normal game release. Rockstar has spent years building this title. The expectations are bigger than almost anything else in gaming, and GTA 5 became one of the most successful entertainment products ever made. So fans already knew GTA 6 was not going to arrive like a small regular release. But now that pricing details are being discussed, a lot of players feel like GTA 6 could be pushing the entire gaming industry into a new price era. The standard edition is sitting around the $80 mark, which already feels like a jump for many people. Not long ago, players were already frustrated when major games started moving from $60 to $70. So seeing GTA 6 move even higher immediately started a new conversation. Is this the new normal? Are other publishers going to look at GTA 6 and say, if Rockstar can charge $80, we can charge $80 too? That is exactly what a lot of gamers are worried about. But the bigger issue is not just the $80 standard edition. The bigger issue is that many fans believe the real price of GTA 6 is closer to $100, because the Ultimate Edition is where Rockstar appears to be placing some of the extra content that players actually care about. And that is where the backlash really begins. Gaming has been moving in this direction for years. A game launches with a standard edition, then a deluxe edition, then a premium edition, then an ultimate edition, and every version promises a little more content, a few more bonuses, or some kind of early advantage. At first, players mostly accepted it when the extras were just cosmetic items, digital art books, soundtrack bonuses, or small collectibles. But when players start feeling like real in-game content is being held behind a more expensive version, that becomes a much bigger problem. With GTA 6, fans are already questioning whether the standard edition gives them the full experience, or whether the Ultimate Edition is being positioned as the version that feels more complete. That is a dangerous line for Rockstar to walk, because GTA has always been about freedom. You buy the game, you enter the world, and you expect to explore everything the city has to offer. Customization, vehicles, shops, side activities, and strange little details are all part of what makes GTA feel like GTA. So if players believe certain stores, vehicles, customization features, or bonus missions are being separated into a higher priced edition, then naturally, they're going to ask why. Because for a lot of fans, GTA 6 is already expensive enough, and that is why this pricing debate is becoming bigger than just one game. GTA 6 is not some small title that launches quietly and disappears after a month. This is the kind of release that could influence the entire industry. If GTA 6 launches at $80 and sells tens of millions of copies anyway, other publishers will absolutely pay attention. They will see that players complained but still bought it. And once that happens, it becomes easier for $80 to become the new standard. That is the part many gamers are worried about. GTA 6 could become the moment where premium game pricing shifts again, not because every game deserves that price, but because one game was big enough to prove people would still pay it. Now, to be fair, GTA 6 is not just another yearly release. This is a game that has been in development for years, built by one of the biggest studios in the industry, and expected to deliver one of the most detailed open worlds ever created. If any game was going to test a higher price point, it was probably going to be this one. But that still does not mean fans have to be happy about it. Because from the player's point of view, the question is simple. If I pay full price for GTA 6, am I getting the full game? That question is what Rockstar has to be very careful with. If the $100 edition is mostly bonuses, cosmetics, and optional extras, then a lot of the backlash may calm down over time. But if fans feel like the standard edition is missing pieces of the experience, the criticism is going to get louder. And that is not the only issue. Another major complaint is connected to the physical version of the game. A lot of players still love owning physical copies. They like having the disc, the box, the shelf collection, and the feeling that they actually own something. For a franchise as legendary as Grand Theft Auto, many fans were expecting GTA 6 to be one of those games they could physically keep forever. But if the physical box only includes a download code instead of a disc, that changes the entire meaning of a physical release. To many players, that is not really physical ownership. That is just a digital copy inside a box. And this is part of a much bigger shift happening across gaming. Publishers and platform holders have been moving players toward digital purchases for years. Digital games are easier to sell, easier to distribute, and more profitable because companies do not have to worry about discs, manufacturing, shipping, retail stock, or used game sales. From a business point of view, digital makes sense. But from a consumer point of view, it feels like players are losing control. A disc gives players something they can hold, collect, trade, resell, or keep years later. A download code gives them access, but it does not feel the same. And once gaming moves fully digital, players have to trust the platform, the servers, the licenses, and the storefronts. That is why the no-disc conversation is making people uncomfortable. Because GTA 6 is not just a game, it is a cultural event. People waited more than 10 years for this. Some fans were in school when GTA 5 came out and are adults now waiting for GTA 6. So for many of them, buying this game physically would have felt like owning a piece of gaming history. Instead, they may be getting a box with a code inside, and that does not sit well with everyone. The timing also makes this more sensitive. GTA 6 already has massive pressure around it. Fans have been waiting for years, and during that time, expectations became almost impossible to control. Some people expect the greatest open world game ever made. Some expect Rockstar to completely change gaming again. Others are worried that the company is not the same Rockstar that made the older Grand Theft Auto games. That last point matters, because the longer a franchise stays away, the more people start wondering what has changed behind the scenes. Rockstar is not exactly the same company it was in 2013. The gaming industry is not the same either. The way companies make money, the way players react, the way content gets monetized, and the way games launch have all changed. So when GTA 6 arrives with a higher price, multiple editions, premium content, and a digital-first physical release, some fans see it as a sign of where gaming is heading. And not everyone likes that direction. The difficult part is that GTA 6 will probably still sell at a massive level. Even with the backlash, even with the pricing complaints, even with the concerns about physical copies, this is still Grand Theft Auto. The hype is too big. The audience is too large. The wait has been too long. Millions of players are going to buy this game no matter what. But that does not mean the criticism is meaningless. In fact, the criticism matters because GTA 6 is so big. If players accept every pricing change without pushing back, then the industry learns a lesson. It learns that the biggest games can keep asking for more money while offering more complicated editions and more digital restrictions. And that is why this conversation is bigger than GTA 6 alone. This is about whether players are comfortable with $80 becoming normal. This is about whether $100 editions become the version people feel pressured to buy. This is about whether physical games continue disappearing. And this is about whether the biggest publishers are slowly changing what buying a game actually means. Rockstar is in a very powerful position right now. They know GTA 6 is going to be huge. They know fans are hungry for it. They know this is probably the most anticipated game release in modern history. But that power also creates risk, because when expectations are this high, every decision gets examined. The price gets examined, the editions get examined, the physical release gets examined, the content gets examined. And if players feel like Rockstar is taking advantage of the hype, the backlash can grow very quickly. At the same time, there is another side to this. If GTA 6 launches and genuinely delivers an enormous, polished, content-rich experience that feels worth the wait, many people may eventually forgive the price. If the world is massive, the story is strong, the gameplay feels next level, and the game gives players hundreds of hours of content, then a lot of fans may say the price was high, but the value was there. That is the gamble Rockstar is making. They are not just asking players to pay more, they are asking players to believe that GTA 6 will justify more. And that is a huge promise. If the game feels incomplete, overpriced, or launches with issues, the backlash will grow even stronger. But if it delivers a full, polished experience, many players may accept the higher price. Right now, GTA 6 is both the most anticipated game and a symbol of modern gaming concerns. Higher prices, digital ownership, and expensive editions. Fans have waited over a decade, so they want the game to feel worth it, not like a test of how much more they can be charged. GTA 6 will likely be massive, but Rockstar still has to prove the price and hype are justified. Until then, the debate around its cost is not going anywhere.